and welcome into Drums by Liz. Talking about a cool little polyrhythmic idea going on here today with some drags into it, okay? Life's a drag, but we don't have to make it a drag as a drummer, okay? Let's try to incorporate some of these finer aspects of our snare playing into our drum set playing, okay? So we're doing a nice idea that has drags put in every couple 16th notes or so, okay? We start off with a left hand drag prior to beat 1. So it's like E, and then we were gonna mirror it by doing the same process but starting on then the right hand with a drag, okay? Then this comes on in on the of 1. So then it's E, 2. So even if we get that far with it, that's a big thing, right? Okay, now let's not put the feet into it just yet. Let's kind of get the process of what we have to play with our hands. If I took away all the drags, the rhythm would be then 1 E, 2, and E, and 4 E, and something of that nature that I played at the end. So now when we put those drags in, it turns into that, like I was saying, starting on the left, 1 E, 2, and again, we mirror it back to the right there, okay? So it's drag on the left, 1 E, with that left note on the E, and then we're gonna drag on the right, 2, with that last note on beat 2 on the right hand. Then we're at the and of 2, or I should say, prior to the and is really the E as the doubling on the next drag, okay? So 2 and that's what we're going to play after we hit the downbeat of 2, okay? So 2 and then we would find ourselves at the end of the measure where we can just kind of embellish something, play anything that we like. I was still staying into a little bit of a drag component, but then working off into a little tom-tom figure just to round out the fill-in nicely, okay? So, E, 2, and E, and 4, E, and something like that I might have done, okay? Now we put our feet into the whole mix. So think of this as now keeping a good base layer of your quarter notes, okay? So 1 E, 2, and E, and 4 E, and 1 That's how that measure would go. I'll play it again. 1 E, 2, so nice and slow so you can kind of get the process of all that, okay? So now let me help you through all of that, okay? So now we started off, remember, with that drag. E, 2, and see if you can just get to beat 2, right? So 1 E, 2, and 1 E, 2, and we're going to eventually do that, okay? So let's start it again. 1 E, 2, and E, and 4 E, and okay? So we got to beat 2, we landed it with the right hand, okay? So 1 is with the right, prior grace note or drag is on that left, okay? So we begin left, okay? So on prior to beat 1. 1 E, 2, okay? When we ended up on 2, here we are back on the right hand, and then we want to come back to our left with another drag, okay? So from beat 2, then we would be 2 and 2 and what really is that? That's lesson 25, okay? If we just looked at that little portion of what we're doing, okay? shave and a haircut. Shave and a haircut, shave and a haircut. Right? That shows my age and how ancient I am and how long I've been teaching. Okay, so anyways, that would get us to beat 3. Okay, so why don't we just do that much? See if we can get to beat 3, land it, be consistent. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 4, and maybe try some different stuff like that, right? Just, hey, can I maybe orchestrate or start to orchestrate a little bit? Okay, so. If I threw some flams into all of that too, right? So it doesn't always have to stay with your drags, okay? I don't even have to do flams, right? We could come off with something different. Get your bearings to that point, right? Because these are real nice things to use in other directions too, you know. Completely little different endings to throw into this whole mix of things, okay? Then I was also wanting to take you down a little bit of a road with getting the notes to the hi-hat, right? So see if you can do these little punches, little tag notes, I call them, with your bass line, okay? So we don't have to keep the continuity. We're not doing the quarter note bass line anymore. We're gonna tag notes, okay? So then it'll turn into kind of stuff like that, okay? So, I'm sorry, type of thing, okay? As you notice, we're going back and forth. It's kind of a nice little balancing effect because of it, okay? So, right? And again, I'm just kind of finding beat 3 and 4 and doing whatever happens, okay? You know, an experiment in these ways, okay? Those nice little punches work really good, right? Cool little stuff that we can use in other directions to be playing, okay? So. Going off on a little bit of a tangent with the idea. Okay, just to demonstrate, hey, you know, use it in a bunch of different directions. Always excerpt anything that you're learning like this, right? Because then you start with one idea and you have hundreds, if not thousands, of infinite ideas, okay? So I hope this floats your boat this week, and it's a little bit more intricate. It requires a little bit more snare work, but again, how do we keep raising the bar? As you become skillful, you have all of this foundational layer of coordination and skill, studying many genres, hopefully, you know, to where you got a good that good foundation under you. But now, it's time to escalate, work in a lot of this snare work, because then that beautifies what we play on the drum set, right? We want it to be concise, clear, consistent when we play. Work on your chops, work on all your rudiments every single day. Every time you pick up the sticks, do rolling, do rudiments, and this is what keeps us moving onward and upward, okay? All right, everybody, thank you so much, and I will look forward to seeing you real soon. Have a great week, everybody, okay? Take care.